Welcome back. This is Thomas Triple T Ty with another new bullish crypto analysis. Let's dig in and check out Bitcoin and the market. Look at this. I have fancy slides today. Crazy. On the top of the news, we have some interesting stuff. This development has been happening for a bit. So NATO sends reinforcement to Eastern Europe. U.S. puts 8,500 troops on alert as Russia nearly encircles Ukraine. A lot of people, not a lot, some people think this is more Putin, just flexing, and there isn't going to be a war. Whether there's going to be a war or not, the cause for concern for investors, the fear, the FUD, and that's could have a short-term impact on the market. However, history shows that if there was a war, unfortunately, the market actually does well in the long term, which is and there are reasons why. I'm brainstorming some ideas to do a video on the impact of war on the market. So stay tuned for that. And Biden is readying an announcement for an executive order to manage, if you will, the cryptocurrency. There's a lot of FUD around this whole news item here, how they talk about the risk of crypto and how it's negatively impacting the market. And that's all FUD. The market's impacted with many various factors, including equities market, and usually equity. If they dump it on equity, they're going to use crypto. So I would say it's the reverse. Yeah, there's a lot of sell-off in risk assets. That's true, but they also buy it to enjoy the performance that it had too. So I think this is something to closely monitor as he rolls out his executive order. And you got to also remember, a lot of decisions made at the political level is also backed by special interest groups who have a vested interest in making sure that their business, especially the dinosaur and the legacy financial institutions like banks, they're the one most impacted by crypto because it could literally put them out of existence like Netflix did to blockbusters. With Bitcoin's price dropping, it was dropping. Now it's picking up today, but it's dropping, and so there is the danger of the price dropping below what miners, the cost for miners to produce one Bitcoin, and it varies. The newer machines can you can see down here, the newer machines can produce one Bitcoin between the cost of $5,000 and $6,000. However, some mining operations are still using older ASIC machines that cost a lot more. And I did a video on the bottom of where could Bitcoin go as far as the bottom, and that showed there was an energy trend line that was projecting to go up towards around 29,000. That could change as miners add more efficient machines to their operation, but projecting that out, if the price drops below 29,000 at the current pace, it would cost more to produce one Bitcoin than the price of Bitcoin in the market if it continues to trend down. But it looks like it's reversing for now. This is the heat map from Finviz, showing red, very red, in the stock market today. Tech sectors all red. What's interesting is you notice the energy and the healthcare are energy is mostly green. In a couple of spots in healthcare is also green, but energy is interesting because if there's a war, or there's the pending war or potential war, energy sector goes up. They tend historically they tend to go green. One of the first ones. This is the market for crypto. It's very green, so that's nice. Luna is red. That's unusual. When the rest are green and Luna is red, that's unusual. So looking good for the crypto market. Bitcoin's up 7%. Look at that. That's awesome. And it's heading near 37K, which is fantastic. Last night, yesterday, I predicted there was a 70% chance that it could go down, 30% chance that it could go up. It was consolidating all night, and maybe it's taking the 30% chance going up, even though there wasn't that much liquidation for shorts on the shorter range up above the previous price line. But if it goes far up enough, there are plenty of shorts to still get squeezed. The FOMC meeting is happening today, and there's the market is tentatively waiting to see what's going to happen as far as an outcome from that. Here, the news that gold and silver prices are, they're pausing to wait for the outcome of that meeting. All markets are waiting for the outcome of that meeting, so we'll see what happens as far as decision about interest rates and the quantitative easing and all that stuff. So we'll see. That's the end of the news. Let's go to the charts. This is the, let's zoom this out. This is trading view on the 30-minute time frame. Vertical yellow line is when the market opened. It's so I can align all the charts together. You can see Bitcoin has been moving up since the market opened, so that's good. It was trading pretty much horizontal for most of the night or early morning in the U.S. Pacific Standard Time. Negative correlation still is happening with the U.S. dollar index, the DXY. It's just so cool. So I use this correlation a lot. I should start charting this, the DXY, for you, so you can see, because the correlation is negative. It's been great. The bond, 10-year bonds, it's trending down. So when you have both of them trending down and Bitcoin going up, that's pretty good. Stock market open negative for NASDAQ, and you can see here, but it's kind of going sideways, but slightly downwards. And on the S&P 500, same thing. It's like almost identical. Went down, went up, and then pretty much going sideways, alternating red and white candles or green candles on your chart. The Dow is doing an upward trend after dropping down at opening, so that's positive for the Dow there. So this one is more tech sector, as we saw in the previous heat map from CoinMarketCap. So that's just reflected there. But here we got some bullish movement here, so that's really good. Let's dive into the weekly chart on TradingView here. TradingView here. So we've had this descending triangle for quite some time, and it's dropped below. And on the current week, it's still below, but it wicked down below the previous week, and you can see that it's turning green or white on my chart here. So that's good. Hopefully it'll go back up this way. Some interesting items on here that I'm showing here are these lines here. So we have this orange line. It is the let me check it. I think that's the 100. Yeah, the orange line is the 100-day moving. 100-week moving average, and that is a potential bottom indicator, as I showed on my bottom, where's Bitcoin's bottom video. So as long as this thing, the weekly candle is trending up to avoid this line, that's bullish, so that's good. But if it drops down and meets this line as this line is ascending, that could be bearish, and we could expect additional bottoms there, where it would fall down to the 200-day, possibly 200-week moving average down here. And this little peach line here, that is the energy usage for mining Bitcoin. And it's currently, right now, sitting at 28.3K, and it's ascending. But a lot of mining companies are converting their ASIC machines, so hopefully they'll get better usage of energy, and this will drop down, and there'll be more profit for those companies. But those machines are expensive, and they some of them have invested in machines that have been around for a while, so it's going to be tough to get rid of those until they get newer machines. On the Bollinger Band, we are at the bottom of the Bollinger Band of the weekly, and here's the bottom right here. Here's the top up here. Let me make it easier for you. There we go. Get the cursor highlight on. So top Bollinger Band is here, bottom is here. So on the weekly, it's still at the bottom. So that's oversold. The let's take a look at the volume on the weekly. It's went down, still going down, but leveling off. So that's positive, at least on Bitfinex. The on the KDJ here, the J line, the white line, is still below, but it's curving slightly up as the K and the D line trends down. So we want to see them intersect, and then have the white J line curve up above the other two, and that's a confirmation of more bullish trends on the weekly. On the MACD line is the white line here. It has been trending below the signal red line, and you can see all the red histogram bars here, and it's growing. We want to see, this is more lagging, so what we want to see is this white MACD line level off, bottom out, and curve back up and cross the red signal line. But by the time it does that, the KDJ indicator would have provided that signal already. So the MACD would more confirm the KDJ line because it's lagging. Down below, we have the RSI, which is the red line. It is at a really pretty low point here. Let me see what it is. On the weekly, it's at 38, and it's been trending down, but it's leveling off right here. It's flatlining on the current week. That's good. The CVD, cumulative volume delta, it's been trending down, but it's also leveling off too. So that's good. So it stopped going down. So volume is leveling off, and what we want to see it picking up. When it picks up, that means there is more demand than supply in the market. So that's bullish. But for now, it's pretty neutral. The momentum indicator has been dropping down, but on the current week, it's going up. And what we want to see is momentum picking up, crossing the RSI, and hopefully crossing the CVD line as well. That would be very bullish. Or all three just kind of go up together. That would be bullish. Okay, let's go. That's the end of the weekly. Let's go to the daily. I'm moving my screen off a little bit so you can see the end here. So hopefully, yeah, looks like it's good, looking good. That's weekly still. Let's go to the daily. I think that's the hourly. Here's the daily. Okay. Daily, we're still trending in the descending channel here. It's just so fascinating how some of these stuff work. I know some people say charting is like astrology for men, but to some extent it's kind of true, but you can't ignore the patterns here. All right, so it's still trending in the descending channel, but on the daily you can see we had 3 candles in a row, so and it trending up, so that's positive, very positive. Bollinger Band, we're still at the bottom of the Bollinger Band on the here on the daily, so that's good, but we're trending up towards this way, but we got quite a ways to go before we get to the top band, so that's great. Let's go to the oh yeah, the this ribbon here, that's the bull market support band. we're quite a distance down from the bull market support band, so once we cross this band again, that's a really solid confirmation that we're back in the bull market. And this red line you see here, that's the 200-day moving average, and we're that's near the bull market support band, so we're below that. Let's go down and check out some of these other indicators. On the KDJ, it's swung up, and the J line, white J line, swung up, crossed the blue K and the red D line, so that's bullish, but it's just crossing. We don't know if it's gonna go up more or not, but it's moving in the right direction. You can see by the candles here. See that movement up, crossing. Confirmation would be when it crosses, it could bounce. If the next day, today's candle or the next day goes red, almost guarantee that J line's gonna curve back down again. So, but currently it's looking bullish, but we want to see confirmation it's gonna go up. On the MACD, the MACD white line is below the red signal line. It's flattening out, and they're about to cross probably within a day or so, unless the candle goes red. Then it's MACD will continue to go down, but it's flattening out right now. So, and it's curving slightly up, so that's good. A little bullish. You can see the histogram still red, but it's getting shorter and shorter on the bars. So on the this row down here in the bottom here, RSI, which is red, and you get momentum, which is white, and you have the aqua line, which is the cumulative volume delta. This is pretty cool. All 3 are angling to go up. That's bullish. So that's looking really, really good. Let's go to the hourly and see what's up. On the hourly chart, this one's interesting. We previously had this channel resistance line up here and the channel support here. So it broke out of this channel to the upside, and now it's using the previous channel resistance as support. You can see it bounce up here, goes down to this resistance line, and then bounce back up, goes down, bounce back up. So now the resistance line is now the support line. So what we want to do is basically just move this up to there and move this up to there. And let's see what happens. Cool, gotta save that. Bollinger Band, you can see how it looks like like a bird. You see, I'm not sure if you can see it. It's kind of light dark blue here, but the opening of the Bollinger Band is so constricted, and when this happens, and price moves up like this, it's gonna explode. I shouldn't say it's going to. Highly likely, it's gonna explode to the upside whenever the Bollinger Band constricts like this, and it's already doing that. So right now, it's at the top of the Bollinger Band, and it's gonna shoot up like this. Well, high probability it's gonna shoot up like that. So that's pretty cool. Down below we have a momentum right here. We had decent momentum with the last 2 hours ago. We had some decent volume here, but it's not volume like over here. But you can see here that the volume is on the descent. So that candle right here, the current candle, it's got really low volume. So it's although it looks nice, it's got really low volume. So the strength of that candle is still weak. On the KDJ, the J white line bounced off of the K and the D, and then went up. Now all three are fanning out. So that's bullish on the hour. So in the next few hours, what this signal is saying is that expect another white or green candle. On the MACD has white MACD line is above the red signal line, and you can see that with these two bars here. They're really short, but you can see that they're white and they're growing in size. So expect the next one to be a white candle unless something change. On the RSI cumulative volume delta and also the MOM, RSI is red. You can see RSI, all three are trending up. So that's good. So that's just bullish. So looking good there. RSI, it's let me see. RSI is toward the high side though. It's at 66, and so 70 is where the signal is for overbought. So that could change. It could drop back down again. You can see that here. It went up to that line, drop back down. That line is about 70. I think it is 70. And so it could go up and drop back down. Same thing with the CVD. So they could drop back down. So currently it's bullish, but it could turn more bearish on the hourly soon. So it could go up and drop back down. But then there's plenty of room for it to go up past 70 on the RSI too. But currently looking pretty bullish. Let's take a look at what else we got here. On perpetual futures, from Coinalyze, this is on the 1 day time frame. And we see that prices are going back up here as we saw in the spot market. But on the open interest backed by stablecoins, we have it dropped and then it's going back up slightly. But this bar right here, this current candle, it's better than the previous day's candles here for open interest. On open interest backed by the coin, like Bitcoin, it's pretty flat. Here, the predictive funding rate is negative funding, so shorts pay long to hold their position. So what that means is as price go more, well, with open interest, kind of like, because a bunch of got liquidated. So, I mean, this typically if open interest was higher, you can expect the shorts get squeezed if funding is negative. But it could go either way. They could still get squeezed. But it's not strong enough signal on the open interest. But you can see here it's dropping right here, negative 0.008. I mean, it's not that negative. It's within the neutral negative territory. And that's yeah, so it could go either way. It can go up and then go back down to liquidate some of those stuff, some of the levels, which we're going to look at now. So here are the levels right here. Bitcoin was here somewhere 36. So Bitcoin was somewhere around here. I was expecting it to drop down to clear these guys, these long levels. But instead, it's going up. And last night, on the heat map, I saw that happening. There were a bunch of large buy orders trying to move the price up, and it's been doing that towards the early morning. And they accomplished their mission. So the max pain price for today, I believe, is 35 or 36. Let me check that. January 25th, 24th, 25th. So the max pain price today is 35. So normally it has about 80% chance of going towards max pain. So 35 would be roughly around down here. So if it's going up here for the options, it might move back down. So it's taken that 30% move, but it's still not a big move yet. It could go back down, but I hope it goes up to 38. So a friend of mine can get some of his Bitcoin sold for his own personal needs and stuff. So that'd be kind of cool. But I expect it to drop back down in this area to clear out some of these zones here, some of these levels. But could very well go up to this area. There's a large amount of shorts to liquidate here. And you can see, well, some of them that recently came in got liquidated already in this area right here. And new ones just popped in here, right around there. What's interesting you want to see here is that here we had much more shorts. This is the difference between shorts and longs. So the red means that more shorts, there are more shorts open interest that could get liquidated. And here we had a lot more right here. That was 11.6 billion. This is just Binance alone. And they got liquidated to this, down to this level. And now we're at negative 2.44. So that's a significant amount of shorts that got liquidated. And for a bit, they did not go back in at all. So like this whole area was empty. Like they didn't go back. It was like they get knocked down pretty hard. And so we don't see them coming back yet, but slowly they're coming back. But yeah, what a huge drop. Look at that. That's a lot of money. It's what is it? 9 billion roughly. Yeah, 9 billion. $9 billion just in Binance alone. Open interest shorts getting liquidated. It's crazy. So yeah, right now it's moving up here. It could clear out this couple of levels here, maybe even more. But then I expect it to drop back down here near the max pain price, because this is building up down here. Money tends to go where they can make the most profit. And that pretty much wraps up our video for Bitcoin. If you found value, please go ahead and smash the like, ring my bell, and hit subscribe if you are not already. Appreciate your time. I'll see you in another video later today. Take care.